Hey guys, we're here at the Sony Xperia XZ2 release party where we got a chance to have a look at the new flagship phone from Sony. And of course, seeing as it's the flagship phone, Sony has really pulled out all the stops. The XZ2 uses Snapdragon 845 processor and has 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. The storage can also be expanded using microSD cards. The XZ2 has a 5.7-inch HDR screen with Full HD Plus resolution at an 18:9 aspect ratio. This phone definitely keeps with the trend, making the screen as wide and full as possible. Videos on the screen are extremely crisp and beautiful and really show off the high resolution. Sony even claims that this phone features technology from their Bravia TV range, which is like saying shrinking down your high-range TV to be able to fit in your pocket. We've already talked about some of the specs, so let's change gears and look at the design. With a 5.7-inch screen, the phone feels substantial, but still elegant and not bulky like a lot of the larger phones in the market. If you look at the back of the phone, you'll see that the body is rounded, giving you something more to hold on to. The smooth edges and rounded corners also add to the overall aesthetic of the phone. All in all, it's a really big change from the XZ1. Sony's choice of using a 3D glass surface really adds to the feeling of it being a high-quality device. While some might not like the highly reflective, glassy finish, I personally think it helps set the XZ2 apart from the pretty monotonous style that is standard in the market. Let's go ahead and give the camera a test drive. First, we'll look at a 4K HDR video to compare the Xperia XZ1 to the XZ2. As you can see, using Sony's new HDR mode, the XZ2 will give you a much more realistic video, almost like what you would see with your own two eyes. The XZ2 does a much better job at differentiating between the high and low light level all within the same video, similar to how your eyes would treat the environment. Meanwhile, with the XZ1, the video is sharper with more firm edges than what you would see in real life. Personally, I prefer the much more realistic videos, as they really put me in the moment to make me feel like I'm there. It really goes to show how far Sony's camera technology has come in such a short amount of time. When I try to increase the brightness in a dark area, you can see that the XZ1 really washes out the image. However, the XZ2 gives a much more detailed image, reminiscent of what you would see if you turned up the lights. In the same image, adjust in the same settings, but completely different images. The XZ2 cameras produce much clearer images, no matter the setting. This is all because of the high-quality 4K HDR capabilities of the Sony Xperia XZ2. Despite the fact that the XZ2 only features a single rear camera, it comes with a wide variety of really cool functions. One of these functions is the super slow motion mode. This mode can achieve up to 960 frames per second at full HD resolution. Sony really does knock it out of the park when it comes to slow motion cameras with high frames per second. Wow! Let's check this out now. I'll just take a short video of this model using the super slow motion mode. What do you think? Just a simple blown kiss can look even more magical in super slow motion. Let's look at that again. With a frame rate of 960 FPS, it's hard to believe that the whole clip was only 2 seconds in real life. Talk about life in slow motion. Coupling together the excellent video quality in periods of super slow motion really makes for some top quality filming. It's truly a blast to play around with. Next, we'll look at the front selfie camera. The Xperia XZ2 has a 5-megapixel front camera with a 23mm wide-angle lens. What the camera lacks in sheer power, it makes up for in functionality. For example, with the front camera comes Retouch Mode. Let's start by looking at a few pictures. The models love to use the XZ2 to retouch their selfies. It's easy to turn Retouch Mode on and off on the XZ2. Here you see the Retouch Mode on. Very beautiful, right? And here I have the same image where I turn it off. The differences are quite noticeable, especially in the reduction of shadows and puppet lines around the mouth. Again, here I have a side-by-side image with Retouch Mode on and off. Turning on the Retouch Mode makes for a much clearer selfie. On a lot of other retouching apps, they simply blur the photo to remove lines, but selfies on the XZ2 look sharp and natural, even in images with low light. The front camera on the Sony Xperia XZ2 is also able to use the 3D Creator function, which can scan your face and render it as a 3D digital object. You can scan other things too, and can even have the rendered 3D model printed. Alternatively, you can upload the 3D image to Facebook, which I honestly think is pretty cool. Here you can see an example of something we scanned earlier. As you can see, I can rotate the model and see multiple angles. The face here scanned really beautifully. Also, check out this scan of a Swiss dessert roll. It looks delicious. Lastly, look how realistic and detailed this scan of the conch shell is. It's really quite incredible. Alright, so if you're interested in the Sony Xperia XZ2, now's your chance. The XZ2 comes in 4 colors: liquid silver, liquid black, deep green, and ash pink. You can pre-order the phone from the 5th to the 21st of April, so be sure to do so as early as possible. And here's why. The Sony Xperia XZ2 will cost 25,990 baht, but if you pre-order it, it will also include a wireless charger model WHC20. You can see how the XZ2 and the wireless charger fit together right here. It's a great little dock for your phone, not too bulky at all. And it's a pretty good deal considering you get it for free. Besides the charge, you will also get a Sony gift pack worth 4,000 baht. All pre-ordered smartphones will begin to ship on the 26th of April, right before its official release on the 27th. So if you hurry, you'll be able to get all that and still get the phone in good time for release. But wait, there's more! As a special for those who pre-order, you will also get a Sony PlayStation 4 for free, including one controller. Let me run that by you one more time. A free PlayStation 4 and controller for pre-ordering the phone. But be sure to check with your phone supplier to ensure they honor this offer. Okay, so that's the Sony Xperia XZ2, the new flagship phone from Sony. I hope you like what you saw and are grabbing your keys to pre-order today. That's all from us here. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.